As they did 3 nights ago in Biloxi, the Prowlers finish up a season series here tonight in Winston-Salem. But unlike their games with the Seawolves this season, the Prowlers haven't had much luck against the Thunderbirds, as low-scoring games have been the theme. Let's take a look back at the season series so far. The season series opened with a 3-3 at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex during the first 3 days of December. Nate Keeley opened the scoring in the first game, and then just seconds into the middle period, Carolina doubled the advantage.
Has help coming, gets into the zone, but Kennedy able to shut down that pass. Baker finds it, sends forward with a step, and he scores!
That score held through 40 minutes, but less than a minute into the third, the Prowlers got on the board.
Back to Jay on the right half wall. Sent it on net, saved by Cavalieri, and he sticks to the post to get the rebound from DeCumbus. Picard fires, scores! It went in and out quick, but Brandon Picard beats Cavalieri to the blocker's side. It's a power play goal, and the Prowlers are on the board.
But they couldn't find the tying goal as Yuri Pastuka scored the dagger and Dawson Baker hit the empty net. The next night, it was the Prowlers who got on the board first in the second period, but Tucker Firth responded 42 seconds later. Pastuka gave Carolina the lead through 2 periods, and then the Prowlers pulled Tucker Tynan for the extra attacker and found the tying goal to send the game to overtime. There, though, the Thunderbirds pulled out the win.
It's Baker revving the engines. Up towards Schnapp with a step, he scores!
The weekend series concluded with a Sunday afternoon game, and this time it was the Prowlers who got the quick start late in the first thanks to a power play goal from Brandon Picard. Tristan Sim doubled the advantage in the second, but just over a minute later, Dawson Baker got the Thunderbirds on the board. A couple of minutes after that, the 2-goal lead was restored.
Now Pastuka gave it away to Graham. Finds Picard with a bit of a step. Pastuka dives, and it goes in! Picard put it on net from the goal line. It hit Frankie McClendon, and you talking about a puck that barely crosses the goal line, but it does. Second of the night for Brandon Picard, makes it 3-1.
But the tide turned after that, thanks to the Carolina man advantage. Baker scored again with a minute to go in the period, and then in the third, Schnapp found the tying goal. Another Thunderbirds power play helped them get their first lead.
Panacek over to Pastuka. Steps and fires, and they score! Pastuka took the shot, not sure if that hit anything else on the way through.
Baker capped the 4 unanswered goals for Carolina with the hat-trick goal, and the Birds win by far the highest scoring game in the season series to date. A couple of weeks later, the Thunderbirds took their only trip to McMorran Place of the season on the Prowlers' teddy bear toss night. Jan Salak scored a power play goal in the first, and then the second, the teddy bears hit the ice.
Jay comes to Chartrand. Back to Jay, score! The teddy bears are hitting the ice here at McMorran. Dalton Jay ties it up.
Later in that period, Carolina's man advantage struck again.
Pastuka again touched it for Baker. Salak set up in front of the net. Pastuka took a spill away from the play. Now Ford driving the cage, and he scores.
And once again, the Prowlers failed to find an equalizer as Schnapp hit the empty net for another close Carolina win. That brings us to last night, and that game was scoreless until late in the first.
Freeborn back in, one hands it to Federley. Wrist shot, he scores! Bar down, Austin Federley opens the scoring with a quick shot, and the Prowlers have a 1-0 lead.
Makar Sokolov and Frankie McClendon put on a show in the second, and both finished the game with 40-plus saves. Midway through the third, the Thunderbirds broke through as Josh Keplinger jammed home a loose puck. Then in overtime, he got the winner.
He has the Thunderbirds goal tonight, and he works in, outside shot, and he scores! Josh Keplinger ends it in overtime, his second of the night.
The Prowlers are 0-3-2 against the Thunderbirds this season, but certainly feel like they could have come out on the right side of some of those losses. They'll try and get the victory here tonight as the second period is coming up shortly here on the PHP Network.